Today I'm going to show you how to reglaze a Marvin sash. We use the same sash on various products, our awnings, casements, venting picture windows, etc. We normally tell people not to reglaze these, and I'll show you why. But if you absolutely must, let me show you how. When ordering replacement glass, get this serial number here in the upper right-hand corner. It usually starts with a letter and then a big long number. So if you give us that number, we can take that and order the glass for this particular unit. This serial number tells us everything about this window. First, I would reorder new weather stripping. You could attempt to get this in here to take this out, but it's going to be a real pain. Also, sometimes you can ruin the wood. But if you're careful, you oftentimes can take this out. And then on this end, you can take this out like this. Now you can just work your way. Okay, or another way you can do it is by cutting this weather stripping off like this. Now you can move this little piece out of here like that. If you're in a spot where you cannot replace this weather stripping and you must reuse it, you can go do the way I showed you earlier. Okay, so you can go ahead and just remove it like that. If your glass is broken, you may want to go ahead and take some packing tape and tape your entire glass as a safety precaution. This will keep your glass intact if it breaks, make it a little safer. Do the entire surface of the glass, especially if it's tempered. Or if it's not tempered and you just want to do this as an extra precaution, go ahead. You get the idea. Okay, we're starting with the clad side up. Be sure to use a round putty knife, thin, really thin. If you use a square one and you try to take this out, the square end could dig into the wooden stuff, make it very difficult to get this out. Be sure to use all safety equipment. Eyeglasses, stuff like this, because if you get cut by glass, you can die, and I don't want that to happen to you. So first we'll go ahead and take several passes like this. You don't have to do it all in one pass. Several passes will work. Just go around the whole perimeter of the sash. Okay, now that I've done this all the way around the whole sash, always be prepared for your glass to snap and break as you do this, because it can shatter on you. Now we can go ahead and remove the clad from the glass. And there is a plastic key here that we need to be careful with. Constant steady pressure. Okay, just like that. And here's a close-up of these corner pieces. Be careful not to break those. Okay, now we can flip this over to take the glass out. Again, you can put some tape on the glass if you want to, or if it's already broken, it may be a good idea, and do the same thing. Go ahead and just do several passes. Try not to do it all at once, because sometimes if you do it all at once, the glass can break at that point. And also, do not leave your knife in there like that, because it is a pinch point and the glass can shatter. Okay, now that we assured all this sealant is cut, you go ahead and remove the glass. Be sure to save all of these little set blocks here. Now it's time to clean up all of this old sealant. You can use a sharpened chisel or something like this, works really good. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Just go through around the whole perimeter of the sash and make sure you clean it up. That should be pretty good right there. It doesn't need to be much cleaner than that. Once you've done the sash, do the clad, get all this cleaned up. Try not to scrape any of this vinyl. Just try to get it off the clad. Doesn't have to be perfect. Something like that should be just fine. So now that we pretended that we got all this cleaned off, you can use some Dow 791 is what the factory uses currently as of this video, 2019. We used to use this Dow 1199 in beige. I'm still more of a fan of this just because I like the way it works. This is the top, and this is the exterior. So on all Marvin glass, we got the serial number is always supposed to be in the upper right-hand corner from the inside looking out, and this gives us all the information that you need to order this glass and the size of the glass and the size of the window and everything. So we're going to go ahead and set that in there. And this is annealed glass, meaning it's not tempered, so these corners are extremely sharp, so be very careful. And go around, and you're going to push that sealant so it squeezes out all the way around the perimeter of the sash. So now we're going to go ahead and put all these back, all but one of these back in, and I'll show you why here a little later. So we'll set that one aside. Be sure to set at least 2 on the bottom and 2 on each side. That's going to help keep the sash square. Be sure to slide the glass down so it's touching that. And of course you can probably cut one in half and we'll set it over here, but you get the idea. Okay, now that we pretended that all of this is cleaned off, do the same thing. Put a bead of sealant along here. Make sure there's plenty so it oozes out. And I'll show you a trick on how to clean it up here in a minute. Okay, we've pretended that this is sealed all the way around. We'll go ahead and snap this back on. So this is why I say it's best to order new weather stripping, because this little lip here actually locks in to this wood here, and then this goes in there like this. And this weather stripping actually helps keep this squeezed together and tight. And then once you get that in there, you have to make sure you take a putty knife or something and push so it snaps in there. And sometimes when you take this weather stripping out, you can't get it to snap back in. And you can see I've already damaged the wood a little bit. And just roll it in there all the way down. Same thing here. Make sure that's snapped in there. And you can see how I'm struggling with it. So this is why I wanted you to save one of these. Now, we have squeeze out around the whole perimeter of the sash. Now we're going to take some isopropyl alcohol and we're going to spray it on there. And you're going to use this as a squeegee. And you're going to get all this silicone off of here. Just like that. You're going to use a lot of paper towels for sure. Okay, just wipe it like that. I should have pointed out earlier, see how I'm starved for silicone here? I probably should have put some more in there. That's why I always say make sure you use a lot of it, but you understand. And then you can just go through and get all that out of there.